Hey guys, today in this video we'll be comparing the two tank races, the Nord and the Imperial, to see which one may be better for the upcoming Wrathstone DLC patch. It is week 4 of the PTS cycle, patch notes 4.3.3, and ZeniMax Online Studios made an interesting adjustment to the Imperial race in light of how underwhelming their racial passives were compared to the buffs Nords got for tanking. At the moment, these races are the two most obvious best races for tanking. There may be some theory crafting going on with Breton or even Argonian, but the Nord and Imperial are still arguably on top, when Argonian's getting a couple of nerfs next patch in regards to tanking. In this video, we have the exact same setup for both of the Dragon Knight tanks, as the Dragon Knight is the most popular tanking class in the Elder Scrolls Online. We have the same gear, which is medium Earthcore helmet, light Earthcore shoulders, 5-piece ebb and heavy on the body with purple outcast jewelry, default traits, default enchantments. You got the sword and board on the front bar and lightning stuff on the back bar. We have the same passives put in, including armor passives, undaunted passives, mage's guild passives. We also have the same food in this case on both characters. Purple's tri-stat food that gives stats to magicka, stamina, and health. And when I did put the CP in, I didn't put any champion points towards heavy armor focus or what have you to see the base stats each race has in comparison to each other. Now, here's what the end results look like. For the Nord has 38,428 health with this setup, 15,979 magicka, 22,586 stamina, 30,617 spell resistance, and a whopping 26,954 heavy resistance. And keep in mind, this is with major ward and major resolve up. So this is with major ward and major resolve up. And for the Imperial, they have the same amount of magic as the Nord. They have 39,788 health, 23,216 stamina, 26,657 spell resistance, and 22,994 physical resistance. On live right now, there's a much bigger stat difference between the Imperial and the Nord, and part of what made the Imperial race much more attractive was their boosted stats, which is very nice for tanking ESO. But on the PTS, the Nord was buffed with a shitload of physical and spell resistances. The spell resistances are very easy to get, typically as a Dragon Knight or even Templar tank, but the physical resistance is where people need to actually try to get it up. And there's quite a lot of content in game, including trials, where physical resistance can be a solid factor in determining your survivability. The difference in these resistances is a big deal in my opinion, because the Nords are getting a free 6% free damage reduction. And mind you, this isn't the awful passive that the Nords have on live, which doesn't even really work due to how the formulas in-game make it and how to be. This 6% free damage reduction is in the resistances, and that's an impressive buff. Nords are also going to keep their ultimate regeneration passive, which is pretty insane. It's 5 ulti guaranteed every 10 seconds. I know a few class reps have argued that the ultimate generation is useless in PvE, or not as good as people make it out to be, because in organized groups you hold horns anyway, but argue that yes, while your trials groups may have a horn rotation, these ulti gen is going to help with those moments when the tanks are so close to having war horns or their ultimates, or whatever they want to use, right after trash and right before a boss fight. This is probably going to make certain groups go a bit faster, as the ult gen from Nord will smooth out these wrinkles we have in our horn rotations. And I would also argue the ulti generation helps the average player as well a lot compared to the Imperial. This brings us to the changes made to the Imperial, which was a reworking of the Red Diamond passive. Instead of just giving us 333 health, magicka, and stamina back every 5 seconds, they also added in a 3% cost reduction to every ability. Not sure if this applies to dodge roll and break free, but it most definitely affects ultimates and tooltips of the skills we have. While the 3% cost reduction sounds very nice, here's examples from the comparisons on PTS that show it's still underwhelming when you're comparing Imperial to Nord. So stats wise, from earlier, we only see a 1,360 health difference between the Nord and Imperial health stat pools. It's not insignificant, but it's not that great either. And we see a 630 stam difference in their stat pools between the two races, which again isn't much. So for Pierce Armor, the cost of Pierce Armor for Nord is 1531 on the PTS, and the cost of Pierce Armor for Imperial is 1480, which is a difference of only 51 stamina. Alright, and now let's compare Igneous Shield. The Nord's cost for Igneous Shield on Dragon Knight is 3,969. The Imperials get a reduced cost of 3,848 for Igneous Shield. That's only a difference of 121 Magicka. And now let's just, for shits and giggles, look at the cost of health for using balance. Imperials get like 4,920 health, while Nords get 5,100 health, which is only a difference of 180 health cost. And 6,560 stamina for Circle Protection on the Nord, and assuming a difference of around 196 stamina for Circle Protection on Imperial. So all in all, on paper, it sounded okay, but in-game it looks a little underwhelming still. While the health difference is not too insignificant of a difference, the stamina pool difference is definitely insignificant. The cost difference in abilities so far is insignificant, and comparing a guaranteed 5 ult gen every 10 seconds to a static 4 or 6 ultimate cost reduction for Warhorn or Magma Shell, it still puts the Nord on top, guys. So in summary, guys, if these changes stick, and no guarantees they will, the Nord is still looking to be the better tank race compared to the Imperial. Once the patch hits live, I suppose we'll have to do a bit more testing with our raid teams to see what we prefer, the Nord or Imperial, but it seems the Imperial Legions are going to have to stay out of spooky boss fights for a while. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a bit from the video. I'll see you guys next time. Good luck on your adventures.